I don't like Facebook. I'm not a fan. It's not the privacy. Mark Zuckerberg can do what he wants with my nudes. It's the memories. I don't know, who are the memories for? Every day you open up Facebook and it's like, hey, remember when you were happy? You're like, Facebook, I deleted that picture. They're like, we saved it for you. To be devastated by a photograph, you used to have to go to your attic, and in the attic was a shoebox, and in the shoebox was a picture of the person that broke your heart. Now every day Facebook just dumps that on your desktop. Like, hope this doesn't hurt you. It's like leaving an insensitive relative alone in your house. You walk back in the room, they're just holding a photo. They're like, whatever happened to your marriage? You're like, Facebook, I told you, we got a divorce. They're like, oh, that's right. Well, anyways, today would have been your 4-year wedding anniversary.
I kind of had a rough year, you guys. I'm pretty broke, which is hard to believe because I look like a senator's nephew. Take that in for a second. I know I'm broke because I was sleeping on an air mattress this year, which is a broke thing. That is a canary in the coal mine for your financial status. Air mattress sounds like it's going to be a good thing. It sounds like you're going to sleep on a cloud. Instead, what you have is a very fragile mattress that you can't just get into. You have to get low and flat and then extend, or you will puncture your bed and then not have a bed at all. You will be bedless, which is worse. I want to make a commercial for the air mattress. It'll be just like the Tempur-Pedic commercial, like the lady's jumping on the bed and her Merlot is just fine. But in this commercial, the lady will jump on the air mattress, the wine will shoot up and kill her. And they'll say, air mattress, you should have picked a better major in college. That's a bad idea.
But a breakup's not that big of a deal anymore. You know, I've been through it. I'm divorced, you know? And so, you know, breakup's not that big of a deal. It's kind of sad. My ex-wife, she passed away in a tsunami of dicks. And by the time we got to her, it was too late. It's just I'm not mad about being divorced. I'm just mad that I'm single and 37. It's not fun anymore. You guys all seem pretty young. As you get older, the good people, they go away. And dating at this age, it feels like I'm in a town that got evacuated. And I was in the bathroom. That's what it feels like. Where did everybody go? Dating in your 30s and 40s is really like shopping at Marshall's. That's what it's like. There's been a lot of returns. Things have been worn before. Sometimes you think you found something you like. You're like, oh, this sweater's kind of nice. And you're like, oh, man, it cries when we fuck. That's not good.
I'm broke, and it's really bad right now because there's all these kids, and they're not broke. They're rich, and they're rich for nothing. They have an app, or they're good at social media, and their lives are amazing. They're 10 years younger than me, and their lives are just yoga retreat, decompress from yoga, Tesla, open relationship. I think what it is I think they got a head start because they didn't have to spend high school proving they weren't gay. That's what I think it was. I went to high school in the 90s. We had to be on guard the whole time. I would have loved to have learned things. I couldn't. I was on guard. You'd have one emotion and everybody'd be like, "You gay?" You'd be like, "No, I'm not." And the teacher'd be like, "Yeah, he's pretty gay." I loved art, I loved drama, I loved poetry. I couldn't do that. I had to weightlift while smoking a cigarette. I was like, look how straight I am. Kids don't have to do that anymore. They're woke. You call a kid gay, he's like, yeah, maybe I am. Maybe that's part of my journey. And then he just starts coding right away.
I'm getting older. Everybody should be getting older. If you're not, you should go see a doctor. You have Benjamin Button disease. But you knew that. You were born as an elderly baby, so nothing new. I know I'm getting older because the gangster rappers that I grew up listening to are now dying from non-gangster things. Gangsters are supposed to die from bullets, not diabetes and cholesterol. That's not gangster. I hear about a gangster rapper dying now. I'm like, what happened? Was it a drive-by? Somebody's like, nah, thyroid disorder. You're like, I wish he would have got shot. I wish he could have kept it real. If I was a gangster rapper and I knew I was gonna die, like a doctor told me, I would get my posse together and I'd be like, hey, could you guys shoot me in a couple weeks? But then you'd have some really weird news stories. It'd be like, today in Long Beach, 87-year-old rapper Snoop Dogg was gunned down in front of a Vitamin World by 4 other 87-year-olds.
I live in New York. It's different. I'm 37 years old, and I have roommates. I live with 2 other men. Me and 2 other men share a life together. We're not in love. I would love to be in love with them. That would be so much better. I look at them longingly. I'm like, do something to unlock this, please. One of them cuts my hair. He's not a barber. He just offered to do it. That's where I'm at financially. But I wanted to kind of, soften up the apartment. So I tried to adopt a dog, and I got rejected. I got rejected to adopt a dog. Let's break that down a little bit. The dog, homeless. The dog is homeless. Sans home. Without home. The dog does not have a house. I have a house. They were like, we'd rather him stay here. We saw your life and we don't want that dog to be any part of it. We don't want this dog to live in your apartment/barbershop. We don't want to do that to this dog. To buy a dog, very easy. You give somebody cash, they give you a dog. And it's like a puppy usually. It's perfect. It turns out exactly how you expect it to. Like, it won't surprise you and be like a long dog. Do you guys know what I mean by that? You ever seen a surprised long dog? Like a low golden retriever, like a low, long golden retriever? You're like, what happened here? Who's the corgi? What's going on? To adopt a dog, different story. You have to go to the bad part of town and a mean lesbian runs a warehouse. You have to do an agility test and have proof of citizenship and write a book report on Marley and Me. And they give you a broken dog. They don't even give you a good dog. They give you a Vietnam vet of a dog. They give you a dog where if a car backfires, it'll attack a Hasidic school bus. That's the kind of dog they'll give you.
Speaking of drizzle, I'm from Seattle. That's the best segue you're ever gonna hear. Seattle, it rains there all the time and just rains like 300 days a year. People will come up to me, they'll be like, Andy, you're from Seattle, isn't that where everybody kills themselves? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a survivor. A lot of mornings I'd wake up and I'd see that gray and I'd be like, I'm gonna do it today. And then I remember I have a rain jacket and I just kind of go on with the rest of my day. It's just rain. I like magic mushrooms. That's something I like a lot. You guys maybe are confused about that, but it's exactly what you think it is. I like magic mushrooms. They're my favorite drug, and they're my favorite drug because they're the only drug you can't abuse. Because the second you're done doing magic mushrooms, you are not trying to do any more magic mushrooms. You're more like, thank God we made it back from that one, brain. That was a close call. When that tree started to yell at us, I thought we were goners. I thought we might have wasted that bachelor's degree. I made a mistake. I moved from Seattle to New York. I was living there the last couple years, and I made a huge mistake. I brought my girlfriend from Seattle to New York, and I don't know if you guys knew this. New York already has girlfriends. I don't know if you guys knew that. The place is teeming with girlfriends, like to the brim girlfriends. You don't need to bring a girlfriend to New York. Bringing a girlfriend to New York is like bringing a warm beer to a bar that serves free cold beers. Yeah. And everybody's sitting there just spilling cold beer all over the place. And you have to pretend that you love warm beer. Thanks. I brought my own. I wish there would have been a bouncer at the door to New York that was like, hey, you can't bring that in here. There's tons of girlfriends inside. This is a fun little joke you guys can play. Whether you're religious or not, it's up to you. But the next time that somebody comes up to you and they tell you that Jesus died for your sins, go like this. What? He dies? I was reading that book, man. You gotta say spoiler alert or something.
I live in New York now. I used to live here. I had to leave because I got depressed, and nobody in LA could stand that. Nobody could hear that. They all took it personally. I'd be like, I'm depressed, and people would be like, what? No! Have some juice! And I'd tell people in New York I was depressed, and they'd be like, you depressed? That's good. Means you're paying attention. I'm happy now because I take antidepressants. Those really do some heavy lifting, and they're great. Nobody in LA believed in, you know how people in LA like give up on medicine because they meet somebody at Whole Foods. You know what I'm talking about? Like these people that have like a shaman, and the shaman's name is Kyle or something. And I'd tell them I was on antidepressants, and they'd be like, you have to get off those things. They're poison. And I'd be like, well, a doctor prescribed them, but you are a yoga instructor, so what do I do, Kyle? What's the answer? And this is what I don't like about people that like natural medicine is they always act like it's very simple, like it's very easy. They always sell it like that. They're like, it's no problem. You just want to take niacin, biotin, thiamine, B1, B2, B3, take all the B's, C's, D's, and E's, fish oil, purple reishi, 5-HTP, St. John's wort, wake up, drink a glass of water thoughtfully for 1/2 hour. Boil a bowl of almond milk, put that on a windowsill. That's not for you. Climb a tree, thank a bird, get back down safely. Write a gratitude list, set that on fire, blow the ashes towards your ancestors, buy these 5 crystals, they're each $1,000. I was like, or I can take 1 pill. They're like, yeah, if you want to. Yeah, I got stuff to do, Kyle. Thank you guys very much.